We will learn how to deploy TensorRT-LLM to RunPod. You need to keep in mind that just deploying this is only the beginning of your problems, so you need to also know how to use this, but that's not for this video. Enter this Notion page in the description that has all of these commands, and let's go to RunPod. You need to add a little bit of money, like $10, and then go to pods, deploy. So let's choose a graphics card. I will use the smallest one just to make it cheap for now. We don't need to touch templates, but let's click here, edit template. We need to increase this to more like 60 or even more. If you're gonna deploy big model, then even 300 gigabytes for Qwen QWQ32B. I wrote it here, like 300 gigabytes for this big model. And for like 8B model, maybe 40 gigabytes. So let's go, set overrides, and we will just deploy. Once it's done, we can click here on this arrow to expand. Here you see the stats, and these are the stats as well. So you see RAM memory, and this is GPU memory. Container is the current container, Docker container you're working in, and volume is the permanent storage. So this will get deleted once you exit the pod, and this will remain. So let's click connect, but this volume will remain only in a certain case that I will show you. So let's go Jupyter Lab here. You can also SSH into it. I will not show you how to SSH into it now. There are many tutorials. It takes maybe 5 minutes. You can just search. So you see this, we have workspace, this workspace. If I go folder back, we got a bunch of folders here, but everything you download or save into this workspace will be saved into permanent memory. Yeah. So if you download anything outside the workspace, create new folders, once you shut down this machine, it will get deleted. So everything goes into workspace. And now I will use terminal here. So then I will type python -- version and click enter. And this is the version that I have, and this is good because if you go here to my Notion page, you will see that we need Python 3.10. In the future, if you are watching this in the future and some things are not working, maybe you should anyways copy this whole page into Perplexity and ask it to check if all of the versions are correct for the current releases. So maybe in the future we will need a different Python version. But I think this will work for a long time. But there are other packages that you might have to check. So if you have 3.11 but you need 3.10, for example, then you need to update your Python version. So you can either create a virtual environment or you can change alternatives. You can just ask Claude. You can copy maybe this and explain like, I'm in a RunPod instance terminal. I have this Python version. I need to change to this Python version. How do I change alternatives, or how do I create virtual environment? I didn't really have issue with this, so I didn't even figure out how to do it. So next we will just copy all of these 3 lines here. So this is to be able to use Git to download large files, and we will wait for this to install. Then let's scroll down. Then we have, this is all one command. So I think this is redundant. Yeah, we don't need this one. But anyways, copy. I'll remove it. And then just go to the terminal and paste it again. And just wait again. Here we are just installing some things. And also this is all one line. Don't copy it as 2 lines. After that has installed, we will just install TensorRT-LLM. So let's go here and just run this. Now there is an issue with this. There is some trick that you need to know. But first, this download speed is very fast for some reason. Last night it was not this fast. That was crazy. 2 gigabytes instantly downloaded. While this is downloading, I will explain one thing here. This requires a certain version of TensorRT in the requirements txt. However, that's a wrong version written there. So I will just install the latest version and it will work, even though it's gonna say like this is not the supported version. The version that's in the requirements is not supported actually, and it won't work. So I spent a lot of time figuring this out. But in the future, I hope this is still the case. So I hope you can just reinstall the latest version of TensorRT, because I will show you what will happen if we don't reinstall this, because now this version from requirements will get installed and that one it will not work. So I will skip this for now and I will copy this guy. This is to check if TensorRT-LLM is installed. So this is taking a bit of time building these projects, tomls and stuff. So we will just wait maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes. This is still installing, so let me show you two more things. In this repository that I will leave in this Notion page, at the bottom here, you see these examples. So now whatever language model you want to like deal with, for example, either DeepSeek or Qwen in my case, I really like Qwen because DeepSeek is just too big. So let's scroll down, find Qwen. Here we have a bunch of tutorials on how to convert these things to quantize them, and then you need to convert them to these checkpoints that are supported by TensorRT-LLM. So now, initial thoughts I have around this is I would like to use Onslaughts, dynamic quantizations, but I didn't figure out how to use it with these yet. So that's something that would be really great. And let me show you a different link URL. Here, this is the tutorial on how to speed up Llama 3.370B with speculative decoding. So speculative decoding is when you have a big model and a smaller model predicting tokens, and then big model just judging if those tokens are correct instead of generating the tokens. So that's gonna speed things up. If you scroll down, you have these like commands. So this is the installation. You can skip this. This is our installation. It's a bit different than here though. And then these are the commands, but I didn't figure them out yet, so you can use AI to help you figure out how to use this. Also, these things are not using Onslaught's dynamic quants, so I think Onslaught's dynamic quants are the fastest thing, and we need to figure out how to use them with everything. Now that this has installed, I will go and copy this command here to import TensorRT-LLM, and let's paste it, and we will see maybe an issue, maybe it will work. Let's see. So since, I think it works now. It works for some reason. So maybe they fixed it like last night. But if it doesn't work for you, you can, so the issue was it didn't support FPV4, but maybe now I don't even have that model installed. Anyways, if you get an issue like FPV4 is not supported, did you mean FPV8? Then you can just reinstall TensorRT like this, pip install TensorRT, or try different versions. And lastly, example usage. So following this tutorial, I would just clone these two from GitHub. This is QWQ32B, but I need to make sure like I have 300 gigabytes of memory here, which I only have like 60 gigabytes. So this is for the QWQ model, and then I will clone this one, and then I would follow the tutorial, which I did not figure out yet, but that was how to deploy. And now you have working TensorRT-LLM on your RunPod. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.